Welcome back. We're talking with Kirsten Guinn and Terry Guinn. They're here to talk about Prader-Willi Syndrome, something I had never heard of before, but a serious health concern for your daughter, Terry. And Kirsten, we were talking during the break about Celebrate Differences in Oswego and how they have a lot of fun things for kids and adults to do. Do you go over there often?
No.
No? Every once in a while, though? I understand you were at their 5K race or run walk this past weekend. Were you participating?
Yeah.
What did you do?
I ran and I
Did you help with the ceremony?
I helped with the ceremony and hand out the awards.
Oh, you did? That's fun.
Yeah.
Did you get a T-shirt or any souvenirs from the event?
No.
No?
Wait, you got a T-shirt?
Yeah, but not from the event.
Uh-huh.
Does it say Celebrate Differences on it?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. And when you go to school, do you ever talk to the kids at school about Celebrate Differences or some of the things that you're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah? Are you going to tell them that you were on TV today?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Hey, talking about school, where do you go to school?
Fox Chase.
And what grade are you in?
4th.
What's your teacher's name?
Mrs. Wayne, Mrs. Braun, and then my math teacher's Miss Ray.
Oh, wow. Do you have to go from class to class, or do they come to your class?
Class to take class.
So you got to do a lot of walking around,
Mhm.
carrying your books and all that?
Yeah.
What's your favorite subject?
Math.
Math. Are you good at math?
Yeah.
And you were telling me that you have a favorite hobby when you're not in school. What is that?
Soccer and basketball.
Really? And you like to play soccer and basketball? That's good.
Yeah.
And what else do you like to do?
Play puzzles.
Now, your dad was telling me you're very, very good at puzzles.
Yeah.
When he says very, very good, you can do the great big ones. I'm not very patient with puzzles, but you like that. Okay. Well, I think it's neat that you have concentration, and that takes a lot of fine motor coordination too.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. Any other things that you especially like to do?
No.
No, that's it. It's good to have special things that she can do, though, that makes her unique. And I'm guessing that her sisters and brother are not as puzzle crazy as she is.
No. They've got their own things. And she talks about soccer. During the summer, we like to go out in the front yard and have a little soccer game. And she was on a team at one point, a special team. A couple of them, actually, weren't you?
It's really so important for everybody to have friends and to have a place where they belong. And I guess that's one of the things about Celebrate Differences that's so important, to have a chance to be participating in sports and activities and even in special recreation opportunities as well.
You know, Kirsten loves to go out to like support events. We do the Stand in Honor in Oswego every year on the 4th of July, don't we? Mm-hmm. And every now and then she'll go to a booth with me and for an event. We go to church together, me and her. We're church buddies, aren't we? We serve communion together.
And it's important for you too when you go to these things, because I'm sure you're a very busy guy when it comes to all the things that your other 3 kids are involved in, and as they're in high school years, it's going to be even more more intense. Your schedule is going to be, you're going to be hopping, you and your wife, from event to event.
Yeah,
I know I was.
More so for my wife. I work at least 50 hours a week, and I work second shift. So even during the school year, I don't see the kids a lot. But yeah, my wife is very busy with all of that. And my daughter, she's about to start driving her own into May. So she's pretty independent. So she goes out with her friends and has fun. And right now my wife's chauffeuring, but not for long.
Well, I think it's great that you have come in today and you're sharing a little bit of your story and your journey as a parent and in helping Kirsten, and Kirsten, that you've been able to be here on the show with us today. But before we run out of time, I want to give you some time in the next few minutes to talk about some of these websites that you that you brought. Now, we do have the Celebrate Differences website, and also their street address as well, and we have their phone number. And of course, if you want to get a hold of Terry, you're on the board of directors.
I am.
And you can find out what's happening locally. But you gave us 2 other websites.
I did.
About Prader-Willi syndrome. And can you tell me, the one is that Prader-Willi, if I can say it, Prader-Willi Syndrome Awareness USA. It's PWSAUSA.org.
Right. And that one is more, they do fund some research, but they're more focused on family support and helping those with Prader-Willi syndrome. So they try and support chapters in states that, support groups basically. They have a new diagnosis package they send out, but they are more about supporting the family.
How old was Kirsten when you finally got a diagnosis, and what kind of support did you need as a parent?
Well, that's the thing. 11 days old when they diagnosed her.
And they gave you this really weird name, and then you were like, what does that mean?
Exactly. And where do you go? You don't know where to go because this is new. You're in your own perfect world, and all of a sudden someone's thrown a wrench into it, and you don't know how to fix it because they don't give you any support information. They might know of somebody to connect you with, but in most cases they don't. And Celebrate Differences has created, that was the first project. They created a bag for the hospitals to give to parents with new diagnoses, no matter what disability or syndrome. It's just a place to go to help to find the information. We found the PWSA USA link and contacted them, and they sent us out a new diagnosis package. They connected us with a mentor, another parent in the area who had a child with Prader-Willi syndrome.
What is the biggest issue for you as a parent of Kirsten, or does that change every year of her life?
It's become such a routine to us, and I mean, there's a lot of work. I don't want to, my wife does a lot of work to make sure she gets all the care she needs, sees all the right doctors. It's a lot of work, but it's also a bit of a routine. The biggest fear and the biggest issue is the food. Everywhere you go, events, everyone provides food. And we keep locks on our refrigerator and cabinets at home because it's like any of us. If we have access to something, we'll snack, and it's easy. It's like an addiction. For Kirsten, it's like an addiction.
But it can have a real health impact on her, and
right.
So you have to be very careful.
Right. So we keep the refrigerator and cabinets locked. All food's locked up, and we want to trust Kirsten, but we can't control ourselves in some cases sometimes, with different things. So it's security for Kirsten. She knows they're locked up, takes the focus off. There are kids that are breaking the locks. They're trying to pick the locks.
Oh my.
They take screwdrivers and take cabinets apart so they can get to the food. It is that serious, but because of the low sensitivity to pain, or the high tolerance for pain, and the insatiable appetite, she could literally eat herself to death because she would keep eating and her stomach would rupture.
This is an amazing story, and as you can see, we're totally out of time, but there's 2 websites there that we had given. The other one was for research and more information on that, but look up Prader-Willi syndrome and be considerate of your neighbors. And I want to thank you so much for what you've shared today. I feel like we just got started, and I want to thank you, Kirsten, as well, and thank you for being with us here on Fox Valley today. We'll see you next time.